definitely like reach out to us with any questions, set up a meeting to talk to us about it. But just like grab pens, see what works, and you're literally like gonna mark the hell out of these.
The title of this magazine is Glitched, and the theme follows a Y2K vibe.
We're gonna go for as long as we can, so.
It kind of represents a collective understanding of adulthood in the sense that it is a bit chaotic. All of us in college, for the most part, right now, grew up in the early 2000s and kind of had the same idea of what adulthood would look like without realizing how messy, complicated, and kind of stressful it can be at times.
In the kitchen, do you picture that we have?
No.
Do we have the inspiration side?
That just looked like decently warm.
Okay, yeah.
I'm doing an article on communal kitchens in dorm living. Part of college is just growing up and learning how to do these bigger adulting things, but often in a communal space. And that can, it can be awkward at times, but it's such an important and universal experience.
We started talking about things that we missed from our childhood, and then it kind of snowballed into what we thought that being a quote-unquote adult would look like.
If you need to go through the you can.
Okay. And then it also then snowballed into, hey, did we get like ripped off? This is not the adulthood that we were promised. And then we were like, no, I think we were just kids who had an idea that being an adult was staying up past 10 p.m. to eat ice cream and watch Good Luck Charlie. And that's not the reality that we face, even though I will still say I rewatch Good Luck Charlie.
Yeah.
No, it's giving like senior photos.
I don't even know like what the heck are taxes, what is just like all of these big world things that we're all of a sudden just being thrown into, and it's just been really cool to kind of play around and find what each of those is for each individual and what those like aha moments are.
When Mason and Kasey first pitched this idea, it was called the Job Fair Identity Crisis. Just kind of about the idea of being unsure of yourself and not really sure where to start, especially when it comes to job hunting. So that was really fun to talk about with a student perspective and also a career development person perspective.
Y2K has quote unquote come back. I honestly do not think it was ever long enough gone to come back. I think that on some level we've always had the Y2K or early 2000s nostalgic aesthetic in our like hearts, as cheesy as that sounds.
Can you do a heel click?
Yes. I can do a heel click.
Yes.
Yeah.
I went back and forth on that when I was writing it. I was like, why isn't it?
So I have always loved the fashion industry, fashion, self-expression through clothes. I think it is so important to kind of create a industry and a culture around fashion that isn't promoting the heroin chic that I wrote about that was so prominent in this Y2K era. As much as we love to look back on the 2000s with the clothing and the music and the celebrities and all the things that were happening around that time, it's also important to look back and see what we don't want to bring back, what we want to change, what we want to make better.
Yes. Ooh, that might.
Every time we pull out an old iPod Nano or we look at the snacks we used to eat as a kid, like fruit by the foot, we were like, oh my God, I loved having these, or oh my God, I remember playing Just Dance on this thing. And I think that it's honestly just made us laugh so much and like made us so happy to make this magazine, but also to just put it together and to examine everything we loved.
Looking back at childhood, and again, this is something that's different for everyone, but for me especially, I tend to be a bit more of a perfectionist, and coming into college, I had kind of an idea of what I wanted to do with my life, but never really expected it to kind of fall the way that it has. The message that you have to have it all figured out is never the case. Some people seem to have this persona that they have everything figured out and that they know what they want to do with their life and they know what their career path is going to be or what their major is going to be. But at the end of the day, that can change in an instant. You can wake up one day and just realize like, oh my gosh, no, I actually don't want to be a professor one day. I'd rather go and become like a TV star. Like there's just so many transitions in life that we kind of come to terms with and realize that it's just like bringing us to a different part of what we're supposed to do, whatever that is for different people.
Like that? This kind of give that.
I think it's important to remember who I was when I was little as I face the sort of scary pitfalls of post-graduation and just, you know, life in college also. I think that when you were a kid, you were whimsical and happy, and it's just something that's really important not to lose, because life has a way of making love look difficult and happiness look difficult. And it's not. It was born inside of us, it's in us always. We just have to remember to be who we were when we were kids every now and again.
Ooh, okay, you're filming. Legs. You were.